Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you've joined our community. So check out the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage for easy access to videos about the area you want to work on today or the amount of time you have for your class, or if you want to stay seated or stand more. And if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. It is free and I'd love to hear from you, so leave me a comment. Now today's practice, we're going to explore Sun Salutations and Warrior poses. So Sun Salutations get our blood flowing and Warriors are strength building poses. We'll move through these both seated and standing, but remember that you can always stay seated the entire time. So you're going to need your chair and a block. And if you don't have a block, you can substitute a big book or you can just do it without it. Let's get started. So we're going to sit up nice and tall in our chair, all right? So we're not leaning back. We're going to connect our feet to the earth. So think about grounding those feet. So it's a connection, right? Same thing with our sits bones. So they're connected to that chair. Now we're going to go ahead and take our hands, flip them up towards the ceiling, okay? Lift up through your heart and then pull those shoulders down. Close the eyes, or if you don't want to close your eyes, you don't have to. Just focus on your breath, right? Just feeling your natural inhalation and exhalation. Now let's go ahead and elongate the breath. So we're going to inhale a little more deeply, exhale a little more completely. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. Then just breathe your natural breath. So we're going to continue with that elongated breath, but now we're going to move it down into the belly, a diaphragmatic breath. All right, so as we inhale, the belly will extend because we are filling our lungs from the bottom up. And then as we exhale, we're going to pull that belly button into the spine and push the air up and out of the lungs. So do that a couple of times. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart, set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. We're just going to look to the right. So just a gentle movement here on the neck. And then we're going to look center. And then let's look the other side. And we're going to look center. We're going to do that one more time. See if you can look just a little bit further over that shoulder. Don't overdo it. We're warming up. Just a little bit further. And then center. And then we're going to look to the other side just a little bit further. And we're going to look center. All right, very, very good. So we're already forward in our chair, but if you want to move just a little further forward, what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands and we're just going to place them on the seat of the chair behind us. Okay? Now, squeeze your shoulder blades back behind you. So do you see what's happening? I'm squeezing those shoulder blades back behind. And when you do that, it automatically lifts the chin a little bit, doesn't it? Do you feel that? All right, now we're going to drop that right ear to that right shoulder again. Feels a little bit, I don't know, for me personally, it's a pretty intense stretch. I don't know how you feel, but it's a pretty intense stretch for me. All right, let's drop our chin down towards our chest. Now remember, don't lose that squeeze behind, okay? So that's kind of the ticket to getting a little deeper stretch into that neck. And then we're going to do left ear to left shoulder. Oh yeah. One more breath. Let's go ahead and drop our chin to our chest one more time. And release. All right, how did that feel? A pretty good stretch for that neck, wasn't it? Yeah. All right, excellent. We're going to move now into mountain pose. So our hands are going to be down by our side, and we're going to spread those fingers nice and wide, okay? Now, let's come up into those goddess arms, or goalpost arms, I call them sometimes, goddess arms. All right, so we're squeezing our shoulder blades back behind us. Now, in your goddess arms, I want you to think about having this part of the arm parallel to the mat, okay? Parallel to the floor. So we're not here, right? We get those arms up, squeeze those shoulder blades back behind you. All right, now we're going to extend our hands up towards the ceiling, right? Now, as you do that, the shoulders kind of want to come with, but I want you to pull those shoulders down. Make sure your abdominals stay engaged here. All right, how does that feel? Pretty good? Now, we're going to take our right hand and we're going to bring it down to the chair, and we're going to see if we can extend that left arm any more, and then we're going to lean a little bit. We're going to take that hand to the ceiling and we're going to turn and look up. And then we're going to lean that mountain again. And then we'll take our hand to the ceiling and we'll turn and look up. And then we're going to lean that mountain one more time. Hand to the ceiling, turn and look up. And then we're going to bring that hand down and release. Okay, let's do it again but for the other side. Here we go, starting in mountain pose. We're spreading those fingers nice and wide, right? Giving a little stretch for the hand. All right, here we go. Go post arms. Squeeze those shoulder blades back behind you. Belly stays tight. Fingertips to the ceiling. Pull the shoulders down. Make sure the arms are extended, trying to touch the ceiling, but my shoulders are down. All right, let's do the other side. Hand to the chair. Lengthen and lean. Hand to the ceiling, turn and look up. Let's do that again. We're going to lengthen. Lean that mountain, right? Feel that stretch. Oh, it feels good. Hand to the ceiling, turn and look up, and we're going to do that one more time. Hand to the ceiling, turn and look up, and then release. All right, excellent. So the next pose is a half Lord of the Fishes. All right, so we're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it nice and wide. So you've got one knee facing me and you've got one knee facing the wall beside you. Left arm, we're going to open that arm up. See what I'm doing there? I'm opening. Now I'm going to bring that hand all the way across my body. Now you've got two options here. Option one is you're just going to grab your waist. That's absolutely fine. Option two is you're going to grab the chair. I'm a little too far away. I can't reach my chair. There we go. You can grab your chair. Okay, now you're going to turn your head and you're going to look over the back of your chair. Okay, let's release that. Let's open it up again. Inhale here. Exhale as we come across the body. Extend the spine and twist. Let's do that one more time. Open it up and bring it across the body. We're going to grab that chair. We're going to extend the spine long, turn and look over the back of the chair. Are you feeling this inner thigh stretching? I am too. So I'm getting stretched through the middle of the body, but I'm also feeling that inner thigh on that left leg. And release. Okay, go ahead and bring that knee forward. All right, let's do the other side. Ready? Left knee open. So you've got one knee facing me and one knee facing the wall. Bring that right arm, open it up as much as you can, then bring that arm across your body. Remember, you got two options. Waist is one option or chair is the other, all right? So everybody, extend the spine long first, then we're going to turn and we're going to look over the back of our chair. All right, let's release that. We're going to open it up. Inhale here, exhale as you come across if you want to do the breath. Inhale as you extend the spine, exhale as you twist. Make sure that right knee is staying open. Don't let it close. All right, are we ready? Last time. Open it up. Inhale here, exhale as we cross. Inhale as we extend, and exhale as we twist. And look over the back of our chair. We're just now breathing our natural breath. One more breath, release. Go ahead and face forward. And let's grab a sip of water. So we're going to move into a Sun Salutation B. And what B does is adds a chair pose. So we're going to bring our hands to our heart. Now we're going to do a reverse swan dive, palm faces up. Extend your mountain up to the ceiling and bring your hands to heart. We're going to come back up to that extended mountain and we're going to make that big circle around and we're going to bring our hands back to heart. Okay? Let's do that one more time before we add on. Up we go. Extend your mountain. Try to touch that ceiling. Bring the hands to heart. We're going to come back up to extended mountain. Extend, extend, extend. And we bring those arms out and bring your hands to heart. Okay, now we're going to add that swan dive. So here we go. Big circle up, extend your mountain, and bring your hands to heart. Now this time when we come back up to our extended mountain, we're going to pull our belly in and we're going to dive forward, bring our arms by our side for a forward salute, airplane arm. So I'm stretching my fingertips back where the wall and the floor meet. I'm stretching my head forward where the ceiling and the wall meet, and I'm trying to stretch through that spine. One more breath, bring your hands to heart. Let's do that again. Big circle, up we go. Hands to heart. Extend that mountain up. Forward salute, airplane arms. Let's stretch through. Extending, extending, extending. One more breath, bring your hands to heart. Adding on, here we go. Big circle, up we go. Extend that mountain and bring those hands to heart. Back up we go. Dive forward. Forward salute, airplane arms. All right, are we ready for that supported forward fold? So we're going to put our forearms on our thighs, palms facing up, and we're going to let our heart fall forward. So keep your heart lifted, right? Back is flat, extending through that spine. One more breath, roll it up, bring your hands to heart. Let's do that again. Big old circle, up we go. Extend that mountain and bring those hands to heart. Back up we go. Dive it forward. We've got forward salute, airplane arms. Let's stretch through. Let's come to that supported forward fold. All right, now here we go. We're going to bring our hands to our heart. We're going to take a deep breath in, and then we're going to push up into, we're going to push up into chair pose. That took me 2 times, didn't it? And I'll tell you why here in just a second. Take one more breath in your chair pose, and let's have a seat and release. So what happened there is I had my feet a little too far away from my chair, okay? So it's really hard to get up when your feet are too far away. So you want to pull those feet back, and I should have said this to begin with, and I didn't. And then you can push. So see the difference? I can push through the heels of those feet. I still want the knees behind the toes, but I want to be able to push into my chair pose. Okay, let's do that again. Hands to heart. I've moved my feet back a little bit. Have you? Let's do it. Big circle. Up we go. Extend that mountain and bring those hands to heart. Let's come back up to that extended mountain, and we're going to dive it forward. Forward salute, airplane arms. Stretching through. Let's come to that supported forward fold. Let that heart fall forward. Okay, are we ready? We're going to bring our hands to heart. We're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to press up into that chair pose. Now in your chair pose, I want your hips back, right? Knees are behind toes. Wiggle those toes. That weight needs to stay back. One more breath. We're going to have a seat. Let's do that one final time. Big circle, up we go. Extend your mountain. Bring your hands to heart. Up we go. Dive it forward. Forward salute, airplane arms, stretching through. Forward fold, supported. Hands to heart. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, chair pose. I know. One more breath and have a seat. All right, excellent work. Very, very, very good. All right, so we're going to move from a warrior 2, we're going to reverse our warrior, then we're going to move into a warrior 1. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that right knee and we're going to open it, okay? So you've got one knee facing me and you've got one knee facing that wall. Now, I want to show you, first of all, just the legs. We're going to work on the legs a little bit to go from a warrior 2 to a warrior 1. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this knee and we're going to let it fall down towards the mat, and I'm now going to look over this opposite knee. And then I'm going to rotate back and I'm going to bring that knee back up, okay? Now, I'm going to make a little adjustment. I'm going to bring my foot just a little bit closer in. It was a little too far out. Now, as I drop that knee down, that feels better on my knee. I don't know about you, right? So kind of find that position and then up we go. So let's do that one more time. That knee falls down and then that knee comes up, okay? All right, are we ready? Let's bring those arms out, warrior 2 arms. So we're going to look over our right fingertips. Our shoulders are down, our ribs are in the center of the body, right? Flip that right palm to the ceiling and we're going to reverse our warrior up and back. Now we're going to come back to that warrior 2. Starting with this left hand back behind you, you're going to bring it down and around as you bring that knee around, and then I'm going to be facing over the other side into your warrior 1 pose. Arms are to the ceiling, shoulders are down. Now, starting with this outside hand, we're going to rotate back around to that warrior 2. Do you see what I'm doing there? Let's do it again. So left arm is going to start down and around and up we go to that warrior 1. Same arm is going to windmill up and over into that warrior two. And we're going to do that one more time. Down and around into that warrior one. Move it up and around to that warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior one more time. Up and back. Feel that stretch in that side waist. Back to that warrior two. We're going to squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. Activate that upper body. Shoulders stay down. One more breath. Release and come forward. How did that feel? All right, let's do the other side. So we're going to take that left knee and we're going to open it nice and wide, okay? So you've got one knee facing me and you've got one knee facing the other wall. Rotate the ribs to face the center of the body. Do not let this knee fold in. So this leg is working hard to keep this inner thigh, right, is working hard to keep that leg open. So there's a lot of work going on here in these legs, even though it doesn't look like we're doing anything. Bring those arms up. So here's our warrior two arms. Oh, you know what? I think I want to show you the legs before we add the arms. So let's bring the arms down. Now, we're going to take this knee and we're going to drop it down as I move over this front leg. So I'm rotating my body over. Okay, so I know my foot is way too far out. So I'm going to come back in. I'm going to make some adjustments. I'm going to bring that foot in a little bit. Okay, now let's let that knee fall down. That feels better for me. All right, and then we're going to let that knee fold up. So you see what I'm doing? I'm rotating. So the knee rotates down and my body rotates to face over this knee. And then my knee comes up and I rotate to face forward again. Okay, let's do that just one more time with the legs and then we'll add the arms. Rotate it down and then rotate it up. Okay, now let's add the arms. Bring those arms out. Extending nice and long. Shoulders are down. Remember, arms are parallel to the mat. Look over those left fingertips. Flip your left palm to the ceiling. We're going to reverse our warrior up, up, up. Reverse, come past the midline of the body. Looking up if that feels okay on your neck. We're going to come back to that warrior two. Now, starting with this back hand, we're going to windmill down and around and up to our warrior one. And then we're going to keep moving that arm and windmill it around to that warrior two. So this back hand is doing all the work. Ready? Down and around we go up. And then back and around back to that warrior two. Let's do one more time. Here we go. Down and around and up to that warrior one. Rotate it back and around to that warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior one more time. Up and back. Back to that warrior two. And release. Go ahead and face forward. All right, how did that feel? Good. So we're going to do a triangle pose now, and we're going to grab our block, and we're just going to set it here on our right side, okay? Now we're going to heel toe this right foot out to a diagonal, and we're going to extend this left leg out, okay? So make sure your ribs are right in the center of the body. We're going to bring those arms out to the side. Now, I want you to rotate the upper body only, okay? So we're rotating. You see what I'm doing there? I'm just moving the upper body only out to the side. Let's bring it back center. We're going to do that one more time. Bring it out to the side. Now, I'm going to let this hand fall down to the block, and I'm going to extend open. Little triangle pose. One more breath here. Now we're going to come up to that warrior two arms, bring the center of the ribs to the center of the body, and release. Let's go ahead and take a moment. Okay, so we're going to do the other side. So let's move the block to the other side. Now we're going to heel toe that front foot out first, just a couple of heel toes, and then we're going to extend the opposite leg out to the side. Okay, so the leg is long. You can bend the knee a little bit. If this is giving you a little cramping here in the upper part of that thigh, you can just bend the knee and it'll take some of the pressure off. But if you're feeling okay, keep the leg straight. We're on the knife edge of that foot, right? Okay, are we ready? Arms extend out. Now, upper body only. We're just going to kind of rotate those ribs over to the side, and then we're going to come back center. So the upper and lower body are totally separate from one another. Let's do that again. And come center. We're going to do that one more time. We've got this. All right, now we're going to move, and then that left hand is going to come to the block, and we're going to extend that right arm up. Okay, here we are. It's a beautiful seated triangle pose. One more breath. Go ahead and come up. Bring the ribs center, hands down, and release. Okay, so the only thing we're going to do one more add-on. And so what we're going to do is, instead of the block being kind of here to our side, we're going to bring the block on the inside of our foot, and it's going to help us rotate just a little bit more. You don't ever have to add on, right? Ever, ever, ever. Okay, so let's put our block on the other side again. Remember, heel toe this front foot out. Now, take your block and bring it on the inside of that foot. You're going to see the difference, right? Extend that left leg out. Remember, we want the leg to be straight. We want to be working the outer edge of that thigh. If you need to bend the knee a little, that's absolutely fine. Let's bring those arms up. Rotate. Remember, just the ribs. All right, bring it in. Let's do that one more time. It's a rotation. Now, we're going to take this hand to that block on the inside. You feel the difference? And rotate. I know, right? I feel it too. All right, so remember, we want the shoulders to be stacked. So it's kind of a wrist, shoulder, shoulder, wrist in alignment situation. This hand, inevitably, we kind of want this hand to be way back here. Just keep it in alignment. One more breath. Okay, we're going to push through this front heel. There's our power move. Bring those arms up, bring the ribs to the center, bring the hands down, grab your block, and let's release those legs. Okay, let's do the other side. So we're going to go ahead and take this, heel toe it out a couple of times, and we're going to bring our block to the inside of the foot, okay? Now, extend that right leg out. You're up on the knife edge of that foot. Leg is long. Rotate those ribs to face forward, bring the arms up. Okay, ribs only. Remember, upper body and lower body are separate. Bring them in. Let's do that again. And bring them in. All right, here we go. We're going to rotate, and then we're going to drop that hand to that block and see if we can open that heart anymore. Oh my goodness. So remember, we want that alignment, so don't overextend this arm. It's not way back here, it's in alignment. So whatever the openness of your chest is, that's the alignment for that arm that's extended out. One more breath, come back up, bring those ribs back center, and release. All right, how did that feel? Oh, very, very, very good. Okay, so we're going to move into a warrior two pose. We'll add in a reverse warrior with a side angle pose. And this time we're going to use our block. So all you're going to do is you're going to set your block here on that right side. Okay, it's going to be a little bit like what we just did. So we're just going to have that. It just helps us extend a little bit more into our, for this one it's going to be our side angle pose. Okie dokie. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that extended leg version, but you remember, if you want to do this version, you can, right? So if you don't want to extend the leg, you can keep the legs at that 90 degrees and it's absolutely fine. But if you're with me, what we're going to do is we're going to heel toe that front foot out to that diagonal, and we're going to extend that opposite leg out. So we're on the knife edge of that leg, and we're going to bring those arms up. And we're going to look over those right fingertips, flip that right palm to the ceiling, and reverse our warrior up and back. Now we're going to come back to that warrior two, and this time instead of placing our hand on our thigh, which you can do, it's absolutely fine, we're going to bring our hand to that block and we're going to open. So here we are in a different version of side angle pose. Now we're going to bring our bicep, I call it bicep by ear, so that's extending our side angle pose. Now from this position, we're going to move into warrior two. So pull that belly in tight. Ready? Windmill those arms up to that warrior two. There's your power move. Let's flip that palm up and back. We're going to do that again. Right arm is going to come to the block. Open up that, keep that chest lifted, right? Extend your side angle pose. Ready? Press back up. Let's do it one more time. Flip and reverse your warrior. Hand to the block for side angle pose. Lift. Extend your side angle. Press back up. Little vinyasa flow, and hands down. Grab that block. Let's come to the other side. No resting. We're going to take that left knee and open it 2 times. Extend that right leg out. Bring those arms up. Look over those left fingertips, shoulders down, belly tight. Flip that palm to the ceiling, reverse that warrior up and back. You feel it? Here we go. Left hand is going to go to that block. We're going to lift that right arm up. Keep that chest lifted. Extend your side angle if you want. Ready? Up we go. Let's do that again. Flip that left palm up, reverse that warrior up and back. Back to your warrior two. Move to that side angle pose. Extend your side angle. Press it up. Last time through. Let's do it. Flip that palm up and back. Back to warrior two. Side angle pose. Extend that side angle. Oh my goodness. Back up we go. Bring those hands down. Bring the legs in. Go ahead and set your block aside. And grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. And if you would, go ahead, if you have your block, we're going to grab that and we're going to sit it in the seat of our chair so that it'll be easy for us to grab. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay, so we're going to do a sun salutation standing. Make sure that when you rotate your arms out, you don't hit either your block or the back of your chair. Done it before, it's not pleasant, okay? So make sure you can make your circle. Your feet are going to be about hip distance apart, right? Belly stays tight, heart stays lifted, shoulders stay down out of the ears. Bring your hands to heart. Now, inhale as you bring those arms up to that extended mountain. Exhale as you bring your hands to heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, up we go, extend that mountain, and bring those arms down and around and back to the heart. Now, if you don't want to add the breath, don't worry about it. Just breathe normally, right? Big circle, out we go. Extend that mountain and bring those hands to heart. That would be your exhale if you wanted to do it. Now, inhale, up we go. This time, we're going to pull our belly in and we're going to do a swan dive forward, okay? Bring your arms back behind you, kind of a stretch through that spine. So my arms are at a diagonal, pressing back. My head is lifted, pressing forward. And then we're going to bring our hands to our heart. We're going to do that again. Big old circle, up we go. Extend your mountain and bring your hands to heart. Now we're going to come back up. Now this add-on, we're going to dive forward. Now instead of bringing our arms by our side, we're going to go ahead and bring our hands to our thighs and we're going to extend that spine long. This is called a halfway lift. You can have hands at thighs or you can have hands at shins if you want to and extend. Now if this doesn't feel good for you, what you're going to do is you're going to stay right here in this forward salute, okay? And it's fine. Or you're going to be here with me in a halfway lift. All right, we're going to let our heart fall just a little bit into that forward fold, and then we're going to reverse swan dive. Up we go, all the way to the extended mountain, and we're going to bring our hands to heart. Let's do that again. All right, up we go. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to dive forward, pull that belly in, right? Now, you can place your hands on your thighs or your shins, and let's do that halfway lift. Really stretch through, and then let's go ahead and do a forward fold. And then we're going to reverse swan dive. Back up we go. Extend your mountain and bring your hands to heart. Now the only thing we're going to add, well the next thing we're going to add is we're going to come into a forward fold. Then we'll do that halfway lift. Then we'll forward fold again. Okay, so hands to heart. Let's see how it feels. Up we go. I'll take us through it. You're like, I don't know what you're talking about, Carol. Hands above your head. Bring your hands to heart. All right, now, as we come back up to that extended mountain, we're going to dive forward. Now, this time, we're going to come all the way into a forward fold, okay? Whatever that means to you, just bring your hands down towards the floor. Maybe they're holding onto your legs. Maybe they're up at your thighs. I don't care, right? It doesn't matter. Now, you're going to extend your spine long. That's a halfway lift. Really lengthen through that spine. Feel that belly tight, and then let's go back to that forward fold, and we're going to reverse swan dive all the way back up. And we're going to bring our hands to heart. Now we're going to add a chair pose, okay? So here we go. Up we go. Belly button to spine. Dive it forward. Remember, you've got your forward salute if you want to do that, or you can do your forward fold. And then your halfway lift. Extend nice and long. Let's everybody come to a forward fold, whatever that means to you. Now, bend your knees, shoot your hips back, bring your hands to heart for chair pose. Okay, so in our chair pose, notice how my hips are shooting back behind me, right? Hips are shooting back. My knees are behind my toes. Now, if you want to get deeper in your chair pose, it's not this, it's this. See how the difference, right? I'm shooting my hips back a little bit further. Now, if you want, you're going to reach over and you're going to grab that block and you're going to place it between your knees and you're going to squeeze those legs together at the same time. So we've got a little activation of our legs. Pelvic floor muscles will be activated too. Hands are at heart. Notice how my heart is lifted. We have one more breath. Let's go ahead and come to standing. Now, just set your block aside. Let's do that again. Ready? Hands to heart. Here we go. Big circle up. Bring your hands to heart. Back up we go. Dive forward. Forward salute with airplane arms. I think I'm going to do that one this time, just to stretch it through. Ready? Now let's come to a forward fold. Ready? Bend the knees, shoot the hips back, bring the hands to heart, lift that heart a little bit. Grab that block and place it between those thighs and squeeze. Then if you want to, you can extend those arms. You don't have to, right? I actually kind of like it better with hands to heart. But if you like it with hands extended, go for it. Ready? Go ahead and come to standing. Grab that block, set it aside. All right. How did that feel? Right? I like that one. That was a really good one. Okay, so let's just set our block aside. We're going to get it out of our way. I'm going to put mine back under my chair just to kind of get it out of my way. Now, I'm going to turn and I'm going to face my chair. Again, the leg that's next to the back of the chair, so my left foot, I'm going to step it forward just a little bit, and then I'm going to take that opposite leg and I'm going to bring it back behind me, and I'm going to put that heel down on the floor. Bring your hips around and bend your front knee. So we're going to get ready for a Warrior One pose. So bring the hips around, bring your hands to heart, pull the belly in, lengthen through the tailbone. Hands to heart. All right, inhale to prepare, exhale, our arms are going to go up to the ceiling. Shoulders are down out of the ears. Notice how I just pull those shoulders down. Okay, starting with your outside hand, your right hand, you're going to windmill around to a Warrior Two. Now my front knee is bent and it's touching my chair and it's open. So I'm not letting this knee fold in. I'm making that knee stay open. I'm working really hard, that inner thigh. Look over your left fingertips. Flip that left palm to the ceiling and we're going to reverse that warrior up and back. Now we're going to come back to a Warrior Two, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that left hand and I'm going to put it in my chair into a side angle pose. All right, now this is a little challenging, okay? So just do if it works for you. If you don't want to do it, you're going to leave it out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hand that's in the air and I'm going to bring it to my chair and I'm going to rotate this back leg so I'm up on those back toes. We're going to come into a plank, okay? So my front foot can stay right where it is if you want to, and then you're just going to press right here, okay? That is absolutely fine. Now, if you want a little bit more, what you're going to do is you're going to take that front foot and you're going to step it back. So notice how I'm bringing my weight forward. So I'm not back here. I'm bringing my weight forward. Now, I'm going to bend my elbows. That's chaturanga. And I'm going to press it up. I'm going to bend my elbows, high to low push up, and I'm going to press it up. Notice how my elbows are staying in. I'm going to bend. I'm going to press it up. Now, listen to my voice. Your other leg is going to step forward. So now it's your right leg. And you're going to put that left heel down on the mat. Push through this front leg. Keep that knee bent. Move into a Warrior One pose. Hello. Hips are facing forward, right? Pull the belly in, lengthen through that tailbone. Now, you're going to move to Warrior Two. I know you're not facing me. Don't worry, I'm right here. Move to that Warrior Two. You're facing the other way. Now, look over your right fingertips, okay? You're looking towards your chair. Flip your right palm to the ceiling. We're going to reverse that warrior up and back. We're going to come back to that warrior two, and then that right arm is going to rest in the chair in our side angle pose. We have one more breath here. Now, we're going to take the hand, we're going to come back to that warrior two. We're going to rotate back around to that warrior one. Hands are going to come into the seat of the chair. My back foot is rotating so that I'm up on those back toes. Remember, you can stay right here and do your presses. What you've got is you've got a little bit of support with this front leg. You're still working, I promise. But if you're with me and you want to, you're going to take that step back, bring that weight forward. Ready? And we're going to bend those elbows. And we're going to press it up. Bend your elbows, chaturanga, high to low push-up, and press it up. Let's do that one more time. Press it up, bring that front foot forward, bring the other foot forward, roll it up, and take a little break. How did that feel? Pretty challenging, wasn't it? I know. It's good though. Warrior series with a little vinyasa flow. Very, very, very well done. Okay, so the next one is called half moon. This is another challenging pose, okay? So I want to give you the opportunity for lots of variations, so don't freak out. Everything is going to be fine. But we're going to first start in a warrior two pose, okay? So let's turn, face our chair again. Left leg steps under, right foot steps back, okay? All right, hands to the ceiling. Now, we're going to rotate around to that warrior two facing me, okay? It's better facing me, right? Than facing away. This hand is going to come into the chair for that side angle pose with our hand in the chair. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my weight forward into that front leg, and then I'm going to lift that back leg up. Okay? So if you don't want to lift the back leg up, you're just going to be right here, holding that chair, or you're going to lift that leg up. Notice how I'm lifting with the heel. So my side, this outer part of the leg is what's really working here. For 3, 2, 1, bend the standing knee, come back down, back to that warrior two. Let's look over those left fingertips, shoulders are down. Let's reverse that warrior up and back. It just feels good, nice little stretch on that side waist. Back to that warrior two. And release. Okay, excellent work. Let's come to the other side. So there's a little balance involved too in that half moon, isn't there? I know. Okay, so again, the foot next to the chair is the one that's going to step under. Opposite foot steps back. Now that heel is down, right? That foot is at that angle. The heel is down. Bring your hips around. Bend the front knee. Hands to heart. Belly tight, tailbone long. Hands to the ceiling. All right, ready? We're going to rotate to that warrior two. And then we'll move to that side angle. All right, we're going to take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, up we go into that half moon. Remember, your leg can be down if you'd rather have it down. For 3, 2, 1, down we go. Reverse that warrior up and back. Back to that warrior two. Squeeze and release. All right, excellent work. So we're going to move into a warrior three pose, and we're going to be behind our chair. I think it's really hard for you to see me when I'm behind my chair, so I'm actually going to turn my chair around just so I can you can see me a little bit easier. But you're going to stay behind your chair. Now, I'm going to take a little step away. Notice how I'm just stepping away. And I want the forearms to be on the chair, not your hands, your forearms. I'm taking another little step back. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to lift one leg up off the floor. It's a variation of a warrior three. So I'm going to look over my chair. First thing I want you to think about is not lifting this hip. So this right hip, it always wants to hike up. The one where whichever leg you have lifted, it wants to hike up. Don't let it. Use your abdominals and keep those hips square. All right, let's put that foot down and we're going to lift the other leg up. How's that feel? Everybody good? We're looking down. One more breath. Put that leg down. Go ahead and come up into standing. Okay, so that's our great version of Warrior 3. And you want to stick with that version, you're going to stick with that version. If you want the add-on with me, we're not going to have our arms on that chair. We're going to bring our arms back beside us. Okay, so here we go. We're going to hinge forward. We're going to take that right leg, step it back just for a moment, kind of get your balance. Bring those arms back behind. And then we're going to lift that leg up. Whoops! Pull that belly in, Carol. Lift that leg up behind you for a Warrior 3 pose. Airplane arms for 3, 2, 1. Put the leg down, lift up, and we're going to go straight to the other side. All right, so we're hinging forward. Bring those arms back beside you. Take that other leg up and lift. Belly is tight, hips are square. We're looking down, no tension in the neck. For 3, 2, 1. Put the leg down. Come up. All right. How did that work? I know, a little balance, right? So Warrior 3s can be a little balance work for us. We're going to go ahead and we're going to have a seat and grab a sip of water. So we're going to heel toe our feet wide, okay? I'm coming a little forward in my chair. Now I'm going to reach back and I'm going to grab my chair and I'm going to extend my legs long and then I'm going to bend the knees up. So use your abdominals here. Belly is tight. Extend and bend, okay? Extend and bend. Now bring your hands to heart. We're not going to hold the chair. Let's see how it feels. It's out and in. It's out and in. Let's do one more. Out and in and release. Go ahead and bring those legs together. Okay, so now the add-on here is instead of starting with our legs out, we're going to start with our legs together. So we're going to have to do that full motion of out and in. Okay, so let's start with just the legs. Hands on that chair. Here we go. So remember, it's out, so legs are extended. Then we're going to bring them in together. Let's do that again. It's out and in. Again. And out and in. Belly tight. Last time, out and in. Bring your hands to heart. Let's give it a try. Are we ready? Here we go. Inhale here. Out and in. That's your inhale. Exhale if you want to add the breath and in. Let's do it again. It's out and in. Star pose. And out and in. Belly tight. It's out and in. One more. It's out and in. All right. How did that feel? Excellent work. Okay, so we're going to grab our block and we're going to place it between our feet. So let's take our hands behind our head and lift our heart a little bit. Squeeze your shoulder blades back behind you. Now keep your feet grounded, all right? So we're not going to let those feet come up. We're going to pull our belly in and then we're going to roll down into a child's pose and we're just going to let our hands rest on that block. Now if you don't have a block, your hands are going to be resting on your thighs. Palms are facing down or your hands are on that block. See if you can let your head fall a little bit, if that feels okay. We're going to roll it up into a seated position and bring our hands to heart. Does that feel okay? Let's do it again. Back we go. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Now we're going to release down into that child's pose. Remember, hands can be on, forearms can be on thighs or hands can be on block. I do want the upper body supported though, okay? So I want your hands somewhere where you're supporting. Tuck the chin, let the head fall. And let's go ahead and roll it up and let's do that one final time. Hands behind head, extend. And then down we go into child's pose. Your version, tuck that chin, let that head fall. And roll it up into a seated position. Okay, very, very well done. So next we're going to move into an eagle pose and we're going to use our block. So we're going to take that block and we're going to place it right by that right foot and we're going to place that right foot on top of that block. Okay. Now, we're going to move on from here, and we're going to go ahead and cross our arms, moving on, and we're going to squeeze our shoulders, going to hug ourselves here, okay? We're going to rotate towards the right, and then we're going to come center, and we're going to rotate to the left, and then we're going to come center. We're going to let those elbows come up towards the ceiling, and then center, and then we're going to let those elbows come down towards the floor, and center, and release. And let's do the other side. So if you don't have your block, I didn't say this, did I? Sorry about that. If you don't have your block and you don't have a place to put your toes, you're just going to cross. Or you can cross ankle to ankle, all right? Or you can cross ankle above that knee. All right, so those toes are just resting on that block. We're going to open. Now let's go ahead and hug ourselves again. Squeeze. Ready? Rotate to the left. And come center. Rotate to the right. And come center. Elbows come up. And center. Elbows come down. And center. And release. All right, let's go ahead and set that block aside. Now, we're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it wide, and we're going to drop that left knee down towards the floor and come into a crescent lunge. So press the back of that kneecap to the ceiling. We're lifting up through the heart. And release. And let's do that one more time. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this outside arm and we're going to extend it out in front of us, and then we're going to bring that arm up and over, and then we're going to bring it to the back half of that extended leg behind us. One more breath here. Release. Let's do that one more time. Extend, up, over, and back. And release. All right, very good. Let's do the other side. Okay, so I'm facing forward to start with. My left knee is going to open. My right knee is going to fall down towards the floor. And remember, I'm pushing that foot back, kind of back of the kneecap towards the ceiling, lifting that heart nice and tall, feeling that stretch right here. Let's release it and then engage it one more time. Okay, are we ready? Here we go. Extend that arm out. We're going to bring it up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to bring it back towards that back calf, and we're hanging out here and we're breathing. Let's do that again. Come up, center, extend that arm out, up to the ceiling and back towards that back calf as we breathe. One more breath here and face forward. All right, let's extend our left leg out in front of us. We're going to lengthen through the spine, and we're going to let that heart fall forward. It's going to be a moving pyramid. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Extend the spine long. Inhale. Exhale, down we go. Tuck that chin and roll it up. Little movement here. Extend. Down we go. And up. All right, let's bend that knee and put that foot on the floor. We're going to the other side. We're going to extend that other leg. Lengthen, hinge forward. Inhale here. Exhale, up we go. Let's do that again. Nice long spine. Inhale. Exhale, down we go. And roll it up. Last time. Here we go. Inhale. And down we go. Little moving pyramid pose. And up we go. And release. All right, very well done. Let's go ahead and sit back in our chair, get ready for our Shavasana pose. We're going to lean back. Hands are going to rest lightly on the thighs. Let's flip our palms up to the ceiling. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out.
Living your values. Your purposeful living has brought you far. Keep up the good work. Your discipline, effort, and commitment have created much value. Continue to offer the best of yourself. Your integrity and honesty provide fertile ground for meaningful achievement. Do all you can to keep those achievements coming. Your curiosity and sense of wonder throw off creative sparks in all directions. Again and again, enable and allow yourself to be genuinely amazed. Sometimes it feels that the progress is slow, the challenges oppressively overwhelming. But to be sure, you're getting somewhere good, living the values you know to be true. Your courage has made a difference, and you have a whole lot more.
Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug, pressing that opposite hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. And if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And as always, I love to hear from you guys. So I will see you next time.